And now we go to breaking news. At least 5 people are in the hospital this morning after a home exploded overnight. This happened in Dawson in Navarro County about midnight.
I heard the strangest noise. It's like something just went flying past my face, like a bottle rocket type sound. And then I remember thinking that I was way up high in the sky somewhere. I was convinced I was flying. I actually was blown almost 20 to 25 feet into another room.
When the house exploded, I felt it. I was in bed asleep. I felt the boom. It woke me up. And then within just a couple of minutes later, that's when the pager went off.
I wanted to get to the scene as fast as I could. And on the way over, I thought, well, okay, if this has been an explosion, I mean, we're gonna have some fatalities.
It was complete destruction. It looked like you couldn't tell it was a house at all.
There was still insulation floating in the air coming down from the house. The house was completely flat.
It was a matter of minutes before I figured that we needed some help in the county, because the county is all volunteer departments.
We had 40, 45 people there that night.
A lot of people working really hard trying to help these people that were involved. It's almost like a dance. There's people doing so many different things, but not in each other's way.
Our nearest trauma facility is, an hour away. So our initial arriving truck had already called for multiple helicopters to help transport.
Thank God I am blessed. I don't remember the pain, but I do remember how scared I was. And I remember a voice kept saying, "You've got to scream for help."
That's when I saw Margaret, and she was alive and conscious and talking. And she's the first one that I actually crawled in to get to.
I grabbed a hold of him, and I was not gonna let go. He's my guardian angel that I'll never forget, my angel here on earth.
At first glance, she didn't have a lot of injuries, but when we started pulling the debris off of her, her leg was very mangled.
It was pretty much amputated. It was hanging by some skin, bones sticking out.
But she was a trooper. Heard words out of a little old lady that I didn't know were possible, but she held on and we got her out. We weren't in the best situation because the roof was just kind of dangling over the top of us. So we had to take our time, and it took quite a while to get her out to the ambulance.
They do whatever care they can, IVs, monitors, pain meds.
When Margaret arrived, I was actually pretty shocked. She was awake and talking. She could follow our commands. She could tell us who she was.
The fire department had done such a good job that there really wasn't a whole lot for us to do besides get her ready for transport.
Our main concern after we got her packaged was making sure she had good, adequate pain control.
Obviously, she needed to be seen by a trauma surgical team. We came to Parkland knowing that when we called ahead, that we would have a full trauma team in the ER waiting on us.
I heard that there was a house explosion and there were multiple patients needing treatment in the emergency room. So we just prioritized what we needed to do and got to work.
In a case like Margaret's, it's number one to act quickly. We were worried about infection. We're worried that Margaret might not regain the ability to walk again. So those are things that we want to get moving quickly, make sure the bleeding stopped in her legs, get x-rays going, and get her off to surgery as quickly as possible.
Once that I got to the hospital, a little fear factor set in. Each time the nurses and everybody helped me, that fear just kind of started like an onion peeling away.
I'm not sure if she comprehended most of the things that I was saying to her, because she seemed a little in and out of it, but it doesn't ever stop me or any of the other nurses from comforting people and telling them, you're going to be okay.
I knew every one of them had my best interest at heart, and they do such an excellent job at walking you through the unknown.
It's a very difficult decision to make, but on the very first surgery, I amputated the right leg at the ankle joint.
It is a little mind-bending and kind of moment when you look down and you're going, I don't have a leg. I don't have a leg. But I was so thankful to be alive. And I just thought, this is gonna be your life for a while. So you just better buckle up and figure out how to ride this rodeo out.
Okay, guys, who's ready for snack time? Me.
Any grandmother will tell you, your grandkids mean everything to you. And mine mean everything to me.
Now you have to share with me what you have built here.
So the reason I could fight was to know my life as their grandmother was back.
Margaret's really one of these folks that you just can't beat her down. I mean, she's got that will to just keep going. She did a lot of therapy, and she was willing to do whatever it took to get back on her feet.
I just said, okay, God, I got this. Just send me whatever help you can, because I think I'm in for a long battle. And it was, but I made it.
It's been remarkable to see how well Margaret has recovered. It's really been a privilege to be involved, play a small role in that recovery.
We don't hear as often as we'd like about our patients, especially when there's a good outcome. So it is very positive to hear that Margaret did so well.
There's no greater feeling in the world to know somebody that was in a situation that she was in is doing amazing.
Of course, this is a small town, and everybody knows everybody. I've known Margaret for a long time. It makes me feel real good that we could help out a community member.
To be there for my patients is amazing. It's why we became nurses. We care for people, and it's just a calling.
You have an opportunity to change somebody's life, and that's the reason most people get into this business.
From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for everything you did, because you gave me a second chance at life. You gave me a second chance to go out in the workforce again and to be that grandmother that I wanted to be and to be around for a long time. So thank you, each and every one of you.